GMX. GMX token did stupidly well in the last bull cycle, ran up very, very high. I'm not necessarily sure it's going to get that high again, but it's going to get pretty close. This is a sort of DEX, not quite your normal DEX, and they've got some really cool features within their platform that I want to show you guys, along with the sheer amount of users, which are pretty good. CoinMarketCap seem to have some dodgy data, so we're going to have to compare against the two. Before I get into any of that though, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I was showing everyone that I was buying up all of these coins because I expect them to have big, big profits. You can see what these coins were priced when I recorded and released my videos. You can see the highs these coins hit a little less than 18 months on, as well as what the profit was if you'd popped in $100 when I released the videos and just sat on them for 17 months. And if that's what you'd have done, 26 coins would have been a $2,600 investment. Sitting on those coins for 17 months and then selling them, your profit would have been over $123,000, which is pretty good. Now, I sold all of these. Since the market crashed, I've been buying up new cryptos, and I continue to share the cryptos that I buy on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I think can do big, big gains, I get in on it. And what I would do is I would jump onto my site, I would tell my members what the coin is, what kind of profits it can have, as well as what percentage of my money I'm putting in. They can copy along. This removes thousands of hours of work for the members. It means they don't have to do all the work that's required to be profitable in crypto. They don't have to jump into reading white papers, learning new technologies, understanding emerging trends, learning about chart patterns. I do all the work. So all that free time that they have now, they can enjoy their lives. Now, if that sounds good to you, just go to copymycrypto.com and take a look at the site. On the site, you'll see what the members have earned since being there, the things I've said in the past and what ended up happening. It's all public record. You can verify it all. And if you do like what you see, maybe you should join. So GMX. So GMX is a DEX for trading perpetual crypto futures. Now you can get up to 50x leverage on the platform for coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a number of others. The platform launched in 2021 as Gambit Exchange. To date, GMX has a total trading volume of over 130 billion. That's actually a bit higher now. And 283,000 total users. Again, that's higher now. It runs on both Arbitrum and Avalanche. And these ecosystems are connected to the exchange via Synapse, which is a cross-chain bridge. The founders are anonymous. However, the lead developer is likely at xdev_10 on Twitter. Now, what makes GMX unique is instead of an order book model employed by the centralized exchanges, trading occurs via its innovation to the automated market model deployed by DEXs like Uniswap. It features a native multi-asset pool, GLP, which generates revenue for liquidity providers. So the GLP operates as a multi-asset liquidity pool, which comprises of Ethereum, Bitcoin, Link, Uniswap, and then stable coins as well as Flux. And at the time of writing, that's all true. To be fair, I think they've added a few. So it's a two-token ecosystem, GLP and GMX. The first token serves to supply liquidity, which is GLP. The GLP price reflects the value of all GMX assets, which are listed on for trading with leverage and swaps. In other words, GLP is an index of all assets on the exchange. Now, it's kind of interesting because what we see on let's go here. So on CoinMarketCap, the data's kind of off. So if you go to derivatives, I don't think we'll see GMX anywhere here. Let's find GMX. No, I don't think we would. Yeah, so they're literally just putting it under the umbrella of DEXs. But when we actually check it out, it's saying $27 million worth of volume in the last 24 hours on Arbitrum and about 6 million or something, 6.5 million on Avalanche. Now that's not actually true based on their own data. So the 24-hour volume has been 58 million alone, and that's just on Avalanche. So that's across all of them. So that's V1, V2 for both. So in total, it's actually saying 65 million. So total users now is a little over 378,000. And when we take a look at the amount of staked tokens as well, it's a huge, huge amount. Total amount staked is 6.7 million, which when you realize that there's only 9.1 million tokens, about 66% of the supply is staked, which again, really good sign. Earn mechanisms are quite clear, so you can stake GMX and GLP to earn rewards. So the GLP percentage yield is 6.9% APR, which isn't too bad. When it's the escrowed GMX, the APR is 2.09%. But you can also see what your APR would be if you were entering into the pools. So say it was a Bitcoin and a stablecoin, USDC, you get 13%. It's always worth being aware, look, there's a big risk with adding liquidity. You do have the situation within liquidity of impermanent loss. So you do have to bear that in mind. If you suffer impermanent loss, you're probably going to end up losing money rather than making any money. So those percentages, you do have to do the calculations on those small fractional changes to the prices of the assets, because the moment that they change, everything else changes. Then within the actual trading ecosystem as well, we just go on, as you can see, I could, if I wanted to, long Arbitrum, and I could change leverage as well. So say I wanted to long 100 Arbitrum, it would cost me 81 bucks. The long, because of leverage, would be 162 bucks, but I can do the leverage slider all the way up to 50 if I want. So you do have really good leverage capabilities on GMX. And while I do want to point out, be very careful. If you're not a leverage trader, if you've not done it before, it's one of those I wouldn't jump in on unless you're really learning the ropes, because it's so easy to lose money within leverage trading. And it's not a case of like, oh, you might lose a little, you could get liquidated and lose it all. So you really do have to understand how leverage works. Now, GMX is one of the better perpetual markets. There's a few knocking about. Perpetual Protocol is another one. DYDX is another that does things very, very well. When they launched, they ran all the way up, in fact, to 217 bucks in the November, apparently, of 2021, which isn't reflective here, so I'm presuming that's a odd spike. Yeah, so we just had like one huge spike, so that's not really reflective of the high. The high really was probably more like the 90-ish bucks. Yeah, I call that 91. That's looks like something just went a bit off there. But yeah, technically it is the high. Anyway, let's just see. Was the volume crazy? Volume's not crazy either. 1 million. Yeah. No, not even 1 million. What's that? 107,000. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, that's very odd. Now, GMX has 9 million tokens in total, 9.1 million, I think, right now. This for me should end up being a couple $billion. I think the target is around 200 bucks for this. Currently, like just based on statistics, since they've been up and running, they've had over $145 billion in trading volume. They have over 330,000 users. Yes, you can do some simple swaps. You can reduce the liquidation risks on it. It's set up on a couple of different chains. I think they'll probably in the future add more chains because I think it'll be beneficial to them in terms of volume down the line. For me, this should be targeting about $200. That's a pretty damn good return on investment. It's not amazing. Obviously, there are better, more safer cryptos to get into that should return some like a similar sort of 6x. But one of the areas within crypto that's set for the biggest possible growth has to be perpetual markets. It's, when you look at derivatives within traditional finance world, you're looking at quadrillions of dollars across a year. Whereas, it completely eclipses the sort of spot trading within traditional markets. So we should expect to see a similar growth within crypto. Inevitably, the futures market will take over hugely in terms of volume. And when that happens, projects like GMX should do very, very well. So 200 might be a massive understatement, but that should be the bare minimum of a target for it. Because that put a 1.8 billion market cap. That's not outlandish. But it could do way, way more. One to really pay attention to. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below, guys. And look, if you just want to make the profits in crypto without doing thousands and thousands and thousands of hours worth of work, that's what copymycrypto.com is. It's where I dive into the markets. I find coins that are winners. Now, when I find a coin that I think can do a 40x and 50x, 100x, I get in on it. And what I'll do is I'll jump onto my site, copymycrypto.com, and I'll talk to the members about it. I'll tell them what the coin is, what kind of profits I think it can have, as well as what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. There is no work for the members. Thousands of hours of time, effort, energy are saved for all the members. They don't have to learn about new technologies, read white papers, understand emerging markets, understand chart formations. They can just copy along, make the same profits I do, and use all that free time to pursue their hobbies, spend time with their families, and just enjoy life. And if that sounds good to you, just go to copymycrypto.com, look at the site, read through it all. Everything's public record on there. Verify everything that you see. And if you like what you read, you should join. And I'll see you all soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.